This is Varric. 你好.
Hey, my name is Zunair Amir. I'm from Pakistan.
Namaste, hi, I'm Anuja.
Hej allihop, mitt namn är Alban. Jag vill bara önska er god jul på er och välkomna.
Why did you choose this university and this program?
Well, I've been looking out for a master's in supply chain for about 2 to 3 years. I have been working in supply chain or was working in supply chain, and taking up masters in the same direction looked the next step. While going through a lot of programs, I came across this program at Lund University, which was a combination of service management, service studies and supply chain management. And I thought that this could be the right step towards gaining more knowledge towards supply chain. That's one of the reasons why I applied to this course. And I'd like to say very clearly that it was the course that chose me and not me having to choose the course. So yes, that was. What about you?
What about me? Because when I was working, I felt like, I had some lack of leadership. I need this management. And I thought, where can I get this broad education, broad this management or leadership style, because I was lack of it. So I found it as service management. I was working a lot, but I had lack of this management part because I haven't worked with people. But I started to work and I saw that I needed some more deeper understanding of what to lead, how to lead people how. So I thought, wow, this is a good opportunity, since it's only not a leadership or a management program, but it's still in your own specialization. It depends what you're working with. It doesn't matter if you go tourism or you are working in the retail, sustainability or supply chain. Sure, it's good to have those specialization, of course, but it's not only about the specialization, but it's also about this leadership and management that you need. And I saw it now because when I took off for my job, I knew that, wow, what I'm learning now, it can actually be used again when I go back to work.
Sure.
That's why I chose, and that's why I think it's interesting. How about you?
Well, all of you are very interesting. But I would say I went in the very opposite direction. To me, it was all about people. I was working in management, so I was more interested in understanding how people work, because marketing is not about people, it's about profit. And like coming here, Sweden is all about people and co-creation and working with your customers. To me, that was nice. I would say, how about we play a game? We have some questions in front of us, and we start with first question, and we pick up the question and answer.
Sure.
How was it starting your statement of purpose for your application? Maybe Alban can answer.
Yeah, I can start. How it was, first of all, it was interesting because now when you started the application first to apply, and then you remember that you have to write the statement of purpose. The statement of purpose didn't just give me why I wanted to study it. It was also more for myself why I wanted to study it. Because as long as I wrote the purpose of statement, it became more true that I chose the right education for this. And service management, it doesn't just see you why you are applying, but it also gives you this intention of why you think this is good for you. And as long as you write it, it was become more true for itself. Like, oh, I wanted this leadership, and I wrote about this leadership. I wrote about my experience. I wrote about what I work with, and I wrote which specialization I wanted. But the main part, I wanted to the service management department, because service is very important, and the management aspect is also important, because we have to do a lot with people. So the statement of purpose was not only an application for study, it was for me an application also to know who I am and what I wanted to do with this from my aspect. How about you?
At the beginning of the application starts, when it's open, I got everything prepared. I only left the statement of purpose because I think it's too hard for me to describe why I want to be here. I know I want to be here, but I don't have a specific reason or reasons to come here. But when the application closed as January 15, I started to thinking about it from the beginning of the new year. Because in the new year I decided to quit my job and to study again because I want to have a new start. So that's a clue for me to it's a new start from the year and a new start for me. So I describe why I want to change my specialization. I want to change the area where I want to seek a career in the service management kind of thing. So that's why I started. That's how I started.
I think it can be very hard for students who are coming up and to think of the right purpose. But once you start writing, you will know exactly what you are and what you want out of this course.
I agree.
So reading maybe the service management profile on the university webpage and understanding what exactly of this particular course is it that you're looking forward to will help you formulate your statement of purpose. What do you think, Sunay?
So I was interested in the program. I was interested in learning about the human aspects. So this was a very good fit for me, and this is how I wrote my statement. But I do say I took a lot of time in writing that statement.
Yes, it is time.
Yeah, for me it was like more than 2 months. Yeah, seriously, actually I took a lot of time. I made a lot of revisions because I wanted to do this right. Because this, I mean, to me the statement of purpose is like my logic of actually going to this program.
Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
let's go to the next one.
What is the best thing about the program? So for me, I think the best thing about the program is from the beginning we have the introductory week, and also we have the first week of the first course. Elaine gave us that she taught us have to study. I think that's kind of interesting that because we have been studying from years, we should have known how to study, but the first week completely changed my idea. I used to think study is just memorizing and you can apply on your job and blah blah blah. But she said on the video and she said in the course, she said that studying is just giving you a new insight of how to see things in the world. I said, oh, that was mind-blowing. I haven't thought about that.
Nice.
I couldn't agree more with Varek. I think the study pattern or the study environment that is used here is very different from where I come from. Having group works and seminars and workshops, and it's not about by hearting or learning everything by mind. It's about the application that is important. And I think this is the best part about this program. I mean, you learn so many new concepts about the way you look at people, the way you understand organizations. It's just amazing how the program is structured. I think, yes, this is one of the strengths of the program.
Oh, very nicely put. But I would like to add in this, to me, the best thing about the program is its ability to incorporate other educational aspects.
Yeah.
True.
For example, I am from management background, but I had no idea how we can utilize social sciences and its philosophies and its concepts, as well as different metaphors. I never thought about the application of that process.
Yes.
No, seriously. It's like understanding from a very different perspective.
Perspective, yes.
So I have a changed perspective from last year when I was a manager.
Yeah.
Now I understand more about reality of that management, how that process is happening. To me, when you incorporate management studies with other fields, it makes it very rich. The whole process is very rich.
Yes, I'd like to just add over here, the best thing is also the cultural differences that we have. We have so many people coming from so many different countries and bringing so much
and
knowledge.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
so many
to one
different
table.
cultures.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's.
I agree with you guys. And what is the best thing about the program is actually that we are different and we are international, different part of the world. We are international students, and the best thing I like this is we have a lot of group work, and we are
Yes.
a lot divided in each group. We can see other perspective. We are so used to use our own perspective, because when you go out in the real world
Yeah.
and you are maybe managers or senior managers with different peoples, different cultures, and then you can see the perspectives earlier,
Yes.
see how they work, and then you can really see how you can manage them better.
True.
Yeah, very brilliant.
Very,
report.
very true.
So
the
that's
best
why I
thing.
like, because it's a lot of group work and seminars, and it's good that we see each other from a different perspective,
Yes.
so you can use it in the real life. Because for like people, I cannot go to different parts of the world and see how it works. It's better that to have everyone in the same classroom.
Yes, true.
So that's what I think is best
Yeah,
about this
like-
program.
So many perspectives combining together in the same classroom and sharing knowledge with
It's
each other.
amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's
it's amazing.
that's
the best
amazing.
thing.
Okay, we'll take the next question then. What has the Masters in Service Management taught you so far about yourself that you did not know? Well, like we have discussed, to me, understanding management from a very different perspective, and to me, understanding management from people's perspective and understanding it through different pedagogical fields perspective, that's something new. I never thought about how these things combine in management during my time at work.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly when you're working, you're just working. You have no clue what you're like. Your philosophy is not there. But coming here, it just opened my mind,
Yeah.
I would say. What do you say, Albert?
What has this Masters in Service Management taught you? It's taught me a lot, actually. It's taught me that you have to be more comfortable in yourself. They want us to think freely. They want us to criticize what is right or wrong. We have to see it not only one perspective. They want us to see it in another way. That's a good, because we have this opportunity. They don't tell you that it's right or wrong,
Yes.
since you have a good argument. And that's, for me, is free. Because when you're going out in the right world, sure, some aspects are right, but you can change it. Because maybe of all companies, maybe they're thinking too straightforward, they maybe not see it. And then we come in with a new light, with a new perspective, and criticize how they work, and we can change it. So it's this we can take with us. If we criticize here, we can criticize in the real life. And this is what I think it's good, actually.
Nice.
Nice.
Because my bachelor degree is from like engineering, but I don't. I have studied like biology, physics from the for the like 10 years, but I haven't realized I can be good at not good at. I can handle the things in social science, and that's very interesting. That's giving me some ideas about who I am. I'm not knowing from the before. Everything is new. Everything is interesting, but it's not that hard to dive into, because I have like classmates. I have the SI session, and I have the teachers there. They're all willing to help me to get through this. So I think that's something I didn't know from the past.
So, talking about me, knowing something or understanding something about myself that I did not know before this program is I always believe that there is a right and a wrong.
Yeah.
And this program has so far taught me to understand that there is no right and there can be no wrong. It's all about perspective. It's about how you look at things, how you analyze them, how you criticize them, how you come up with new theories. And I think that's one of the things that I have come to understand after coming here, that everything is about how you look at a particular given situation from different angles. And I think that's very insightful to me.
Yeah.
So I'll take the next one, which is how is Sweden as compared to your home country? Wow, that's very tough to ask to answer, because like in Sweden, there's less people. Like back in China, we have like millions of people in one city, but here in Helsingborg, like only 100,000 or 200,000 between it. So we have more spaces, and we have the freedom to like be ourselves, because nobody giving you attention.
Shit.
Yeah, nobody giving you attention about what are you doing. You can just be who you wanna be. And also in Sweden, there's it is a little bit cold because in China I live in the south part of China, which is not as cold as here. And one thing I love about Sweden is like the sea. I can see see the sea like 5 minutes walk from my dormitory. So that is something new for me.
I'd like to answer that question actually. How is Sweden compared to my home country, which is India? I think Sweden is very welcoming. It's a completely free country as I see it. You are allowed to express your opinions. You're allowed to have an opinion. You can express yourself as freely as you want in the way you want. You can, when it comes to education, you can actually question your teachers as to what you think is right, what you think is wrong, or what is your analysis about a particular situation. And Sweden for me has been very welcoming. So yeah. Zunair.
Well, I would say more or less like India. Pakistan is very much like India in that respect. But I would go with this, like coming from a city which was very populated, and this one is very sparsely so. To me, it's like different, but in a nice way. There is calm, quietness, as well as sea, for me as well. Sea is very nice, and it is very neat and clean.
Yeah.
Yes, clean.
People are very helpful, and people are always smiling, which is odd for the weather, but still they're nice people.
Alban, we'd like to ask you the question in a different way.
Yeah.
How do you see Sweden and how do you see us international
Yeah.
students in your country?
Yeah, in your country, how do you think like this changes Sweden?
First of all, it's good to have people that come from other countries and see how Sweden is and how it is working and the systems going. Because Sweden is democratic, and
Yes.
we Swedish people like to have different people because they maybe just see it from one perspective. So they are actually happy to see how other works as well. And since I have lived here all my life, what I can say about Sweden is it's really rich nature. It's free spaces. You can go everywhere. You can find, like, if you want to go to the woods, you can find it peaceful. If you want to go to the sea, you can find it peaceful. Or if you like to see bears or icebergs somewhere in the north, you can go also if you have the attention to go. But it takes a long time. But Sweden is a long country, but it's as long you go, it's more open. You will see it's interesting country.
That's very nice.
I'll take the next question. How would you describe life as a student in Helsingborg? Well, life as a student in Helsingborg has been fun so far. The class of service management as a whole has been meeting together and moving apart for various programs and specializations. But overall, even with the COVID, we have been able to connect very well. We've been able to meet for fika, which is the student life, or no, it's a Swedish culture. It just introduced
Tea
to the
break is
student.
kind
Yeah.
of like tea break.
Yeah, it's like a
But
tea
with
break.
it is. I think fika is a like core of the
Swedish culture.
culture, yeah.
So that's one of my favorite parts about the student life in Helsingborg, having fika with my classmates.
In lecture, you can have fikas to take a break, and I think even if you are working, oh my god, I'm so stressful. Let's take a fika.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think life as a student in Helsingborg is good, but I don't know how to describe that in a word, because like in Helsingborg you can have so many ways to relax and also to cooperate with your classmates. Like in the south part of the Helsingborg, there's like a trampoline park. Oh my god, there's so many students, there are so many kids, and you can just have fun. and also you can have many student discount
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you-
yes. Student discounts.
in the no matter in Helsingborg and in other cities. So I think being a student can be fun because we student we can live in like you living in the corridor. You can share kitchens with your share kitchen and share living room with
Yeah.
other students. You get a chance to know each other and maybe I heard that you have potluck, so
Yes.
you get a chance to experience different food as well. Yeah, I'm a foodie.
Yeah, how would you describe life as a student in Helsingborg? I would describe it as really fun actually. You can, I mean, it's a good city to do everything. First of all, you have, if you live in Helsingborg, you have the campus near you. Second of all, you have trains that can take you to Lund, Malmö, even Copenhagen with the
Copenhagen.
1 hour.
Oh, yeah.
You can take the train from Helsingborg, go to Gothenburg. You can see the
Hudson Nord.
west coast.
Yeah.
I mean, you have night activities that is really fun here. If you don't like it here, you can go to Lund with the like 20-30 minutes train. If you don't like there, you can go to Malmö and meet there with your students. You can meet other students from the Lund, even though you are like in the campus in Helsingborg. It's other, you can see the sea. You have like interesting point in a small village called Höganäs. You can see Kullenberg if you like mountain. You can take only by a car or bus. You can take everywhere.
True.
You have shopping malls that is near. I mean, it's everything you want when you come an international student or a student overall from a different part of Sweden. I mean, it's near to everything.
Yeah.
So it's connect, and you have near students or colleagues. I mean, if you have one of your friends that are in Lund, it's not the whole way because you can see him in 20-30 minutes by train. I mean, everything is so connected here. It's easy to find, and it's the same with sports. If you want to swim, if you want to play football, if you
I think Helsingborg is like Malmö. It's near the sea and it's well constructed and
Yes.
it has lots of convenience, but with less people and less cars. So
Yes.
Yes.
so you wouldn't stuck on the traffic.
I would say it's better than Malmo
Yeah.
in that respect because it's peaceful when you want it to be and it's
Yeah.
fun when you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the right mix of being not that big but not that small,
Small
either.
either.
Yeah.
True.
So that's about it. Let's go with the last question.
The last question is, how would you describe Christmas in Sweden? That will
Albert.
You should be the first one.
yeah.
Christmas in Sweden is very important. The tree has to be done, and it's a lot of, but it's actually magical because it's also all about how to be together, making the tree together, taking break. And we have this Swedish called julbord.
Julmust.
Julbord and julmust. This julbord is like this buffet of everything you make, like sausage and food. And every companies make those happen. And one thing with Sweden is funny that at Christmas Day at 3 p.m. it starts like this Donald Duck.
Yes.
And when it starts, don't write or send an email or anything. Don't call. It's like it starts at 3. They go get together family and see it and eat maybe some walnuts or the tradition food of Swedish, and they get together and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see how the city is
Yeah.
lighting up with Christmas decorations, the Christmas trees, and it's beautiful.
Well, for
Looking
me, it
forward.
would be like the first time.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, like I'm from a Muslim culture. We do not have Christmas. So for me, it's like the first time seeing how the Christmas is happening.
It's
That's new.
really interesting since we have this situation now. But if we shouldn't have this situation, it will be more decorating.
Mm.
And sometimes they have those small markets
Ah.
that you can eat like gingerbread or maybe take some
Mute wine.
almond nuts that
Yeah.
are roasted, and they have like different parts that you feel this atmosphere when you go out and you feel it like Christmas.
It's
Go out of my apartment, I can see, oh, it's Christmas. I know,
No,
I
I
knew
know,
it's
yeah.
Christmas.
You know it's
There's
Christmas.
lights,
Yeah.
there's all
Everybody
the
knows it's
decoration, and also the Christmas tree. They're so beautiful, and in the In the city center, there's ice skating.
Ice skating,
Yeah,
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 ice
yeah.
skating
Oh,
just
that's-
came up, and then the steps, the Shannon and the steps. They have a movie that's being portrayed
Yeah.
there for Christmas.
Sometimes they also bring like these horses with caravans you can go.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it
that
make
would be
it, they make
cool.
it really interesting. But this time,
Yeah, pandemic.
unfortunately, yeah.
Because of the pandemic.
But
how-
otherwise, they make it really interesting. I mean, like they want to, so everyone can feel the Christmas. Even though if you are from an international, even though that you don't celebrate or be a part of it in your own country, you will feel like home. You are-
All right. So
Yeah,
I hope you all had fun listening to all of us and our views about Sweden and Helsingborg campus. See you next year.